Internet, what is really, really, really good? You know what it is. It's the one and the only, the triple, the G.O.D. And of course, I'd like to welcome you guys back to another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks On in episode 2 of volume 4 of RWBY. Yeah, that's what we on right now. And yo, I will say this before we get into it. That first installment of this thing right here, I don't know if that was much of a review as much as I was setting the stage, because I had a whole season and then a whole season of a spinoff show to wrap up, and then to talk about an episode where I talked about nothing but movement tech because it was starting to build this world. But yo, this episode right here, I'm with it, because we got more wives. Because what's better than more wives? The answer, of course, is more wives, but that is another subject. Because one of the questions that I had throughout the series so far was why? You know what I'm saying? When it came to watch the why she would, and this was about as much of an answer as you fucking need. Because the only thing we really had was her interaction with Winter in volume 2 and 3 was the interaction about why would Winter go do what she did in comparison to why Weiss went down the path she went. And you can tell her brother's a creep, her daddy's full of shit, and her mama get up in the morning and brush her teeth with brown liquor. That's Weiss's home life for that ass right there. Brother's a creep, daddy's an asshole, mommy brushes teeth with brown liquor. There is no more to be said about that, but it is going to be interesting because now that we have this look into what Weiss's home life is like, to really get to understand why pushing dust means so much weight. Because now that we learn this stuff from Ironwood and stuff, because he made an appearance, and after the events of volume 3 and all the shit that he learned, that man looked worse for wear. He looked like he done see some. Well, he seen some shit, but ever since the shit we ain't seen yet, he done seen it. He done seen some shit that we ain't seen yet, because he done seen some shit. Say that 5 times fast. But I don't know what it is that this dynamic with Weiss and the Schnee family is going to go. But I'm interested to see, because I want to meet her mom, dog. I want to see this. Because like I said, that woman in that picture looked like she brushed her teeth with brown liquor, I swear to God. Looked like she get up in the morning and brush her teeth with some hand. She looked like one of them kind of bitches, what? So, it is going to be interesting to really see that dynamic come into play, especially when it comes to what the game is money talk, bullshit walking. Right now, Schnee got some cash, but we ain't moving as much weight as we feel that we should. So to see what Jock does to try to get that political intrigue in there, because that's something that the show was missing for quite a while, until the middle of volume 3, when politics about the world and the world surrounding the world itself, when it started to matter. But now that's being pushed into the forefront because of the change in dynamics, the change in tone, and the change in scene. So it should be interesting to watch all of that evolve. Speaking of evolution, what the fuck was up with Nora and Ren and that look they gave each other? Now, we get it. We as people who watch this show, we ship that very heavy, but that has nothing to do with it. Ren looked at that footprint. Nora runs over. They look at each other, look at the footprint again, look at each other, and you like, oh shit, it's finna go down. I don't know when or if or how, but it's gonna go down. That we gonna get some backstory, because the volumes never really had time to really build up cool characters like Nora and Ren. But now that the team is separated and all of these dynamics are starting to come into play, you have the opportunity, the space and time to explore characters like Nora and Ren. And I really want the show to go in that direction, to explore these characters in a way that the show hasn't had an opportunity to do before. Well, I first of all, I don't know what direction I really want to go with this last part of this before we get out of here, but I understood while RWBY was hearing Pyrrha's voice, but she thinking something else. She thinking something else, but I will say this. That John shit broke my fucking heart, dog. That shit got me a little teary. Because I'm like, it's like no words being exchanged, but that pain was real. That was real pain. That is, we are watching a man who lost a person that he loved, and that's a hard watch. I'm sorry, I can't really say anything more than that was a difficult pill to swallow. To sit up here and see that he is trying to become a better huntsman, but you really have to really look at the situation and really ask yourself. It's like, what does a man do when the thing that held him up and made him who he is taken away from him? What does that man become? And that is something that we are going to explore with John as he slowly tries to move forward with his life. He's moved forward because he's doing his thing. You know, he handling business, but pain is pain, love is love, hurt is hurt, loss is loss. And like I said, that was a difficult scene to watch. It was a difficult scene to watch because we are invested into these characters. And that's how you know that a show is doing its job. That when you watch a show where someone is practicing their sword technique, looking at a scroll of a person who is no longer with us, and everything that encompasses, is that in that scene, RWBY was us. Every person who sat there and watched that was painful to watch. And all I can do is applaud the show, because the show would be completely at fault if that scene went past and it didn't evoke an emotional reaction from the watcher. But I can't speak for everybody else that watched it. But for me, the show has done its job. When a show with no words, when a scene with no words conveys pain and loss in a way like that, you can do nothing but applaud the show and the storytelling. That's all you can really do. But that is it for me. I need to get back to downtown Monogatari Neketsu Monogatari SP on my 3DS, which is sitting right here. I got some tech for that fighting of Double Dragon 2016. Yo, that game, for a mini game, which is for a mini game inside of the sequel to River City Ransom. Yo, the fighting game got some tech, and I just wish I had a way to show you the tech on there, but we're working on that. So to answer the question, for the people who was wondering like what game I was talking about in the in the recap of the last X-Say episode, Down Neketsu Monogatari SP. Just got it in the mail yesterday. Been playing that game non-stop, getting my ass beat, because that's what happens because the game has a leveling system. But we'll talk about that later. Another excellent episode of RWBY. I don't know if y'all gonna hear from me for a minute. I don't know. Got some things in the works. We gonna get that together, but I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna step up out of here. You know what it is. The one and the only, the triple, the G.O.D. And I'd like to thank you for joining me for another episode of Triple the God Speaks On. And with that, I will holler at you guys next time, man. Peace out.